What's up, guys? My name is Mike Fallat. I own a company called Dreamstarters Publishing. We help entrepreneurs all over the world write books, and we show them how to use it as a marketing tool for their business. The end goal of any business is to become a success. And a lot of people define success as having a lot of money. And that word millionaire is extremely powerful. So we are going to get into a couple facts about millionaires. Because if you can think like a millionaire, act like a millionaire, chances are you will become a millionaire. 10 facts about millionaires. Let's get into it. Number 10. Are you ready for this? The average millionaire doesn't realize their dream until 45 years old, and they don't cross that threshold of becoming a millionaire until 54 years old. Now, how old are you guys out there? So right now, I am 37 years old. We've worked with many millionaires here at Dreamstarters Publishing. I see a trend on how people think. I have adopted many characteristics. We are now a 7-figure business here at Dreamstarters Publishing. We've worked with over 200 entrepreneurs, 250 entrepreneurs. It's been an amazing ride. But I'm starting to see that, it does take 7-10 years before you actually get a real feeling of your business and the direction of your life once you go out on your own. So that makes a lot of sense. 45 years old, they feel it. 54 is whenever they actually cross the threshold. I think a lot of people don't even know what millionaire means, but it means you have assets of at least $1 million, which means if you have a bunch of property and you own more of that property than you owe, you can classify yourself as a millionaire. So your value, as it grows, obviously you attract more money. And if you read any of the books by Earl Nightingale or Jim Rohn or Jordan Peterson, money is attracted to value. And the more that you increase your value as a person, money's going to flow to you. So as long as you understand that it might take many years to actually accomplish it, you can stay with the vehicle that you're in. Number 9, the average millionaire dibs and dabbles in 17 different businesses, concepts, enterprises, but will not actually hit it big until, you ready for this? The number 18. There are many revenue streams. There are many businesses. There are many vehicles they become part of. Many failures. Many successes, but they never cross that threshold of becoming a millionaire until number 18. So if you're thinking you're going to make it big in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh different thing that you start and maybe fail at, got another thing coming, because it takes 18 on average to cross that threshold. Number 8, on average, millionaires are 61 years old, and they have right around $3.05 million worth of assets. 61. I don't know how old you are, but it does take time. That's why it's so crucial to start as fast as possible. If you can go back to 5 years ago and look at your balance of your bank sheet or your balance statement and your income statement, what does that look like as compared to today? If it's no different, if you have no more clients than you did then, if you have no more income, if you have no more assets, if you don't have passive income, it's not the society, it's not the economy, it's your philosophy. Start making adjustments now so when you're 61 years old, you have some assets built up. Number 7, in the year 1900, there were only 5,000 millionaires in the United States. In the year 2000, 100 years later, there were more than 5 million. You think it's very uncommon to become a millionaire. However, you're going to see in a couple of these facts here that it's actually more common than you think. People are getting smart. People are starting to realize how to accrue assets, how to use time to their advantage, how to increase their value so they can get money attracted to them. Number 6, only 20% of millionaires are retired. Around 80% still go to work. You think right now that most people who are millionaires can just walk away. Well, Jim Rohn even quotes some of the Bible and says, if you rest too long, the weeds take the garden. Millionaires know this, that if you're retired, these are probably people who are in their later stage of life at Maybe they're tired. They don't want to do things anymore. But to stay a millionaire, you need to still work. You need to still produce value. And I don't think it would be fun to not work, right? So I think that a lot of these millionaires who figured it out, that if the weeds take the garden, you can't rest for too long. You need to stay active, because the objective to life is to act, not to rest. Around 80% still go to work day in and day out, which means money's not the objective. What you can do with the money is. Number 5, half of all millionaires are self-employed or own a business. Think about this. Half of all millionaires are self-employed or own a business. If the wealthy, if the successful, if the happy people out there have a lot of money, why are they not teaching this in school? Guys, you know what? Chances of you becoming a millionaire, you want to start a business. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to write a book so you can elevate your status to help a lot of people. If you increase your value, if you help a lot of people get to their destination, then you will be able to get to your destination, and you'll be able to earn the money that you really want to earn. Jim Rohn always talks about that it's not about the pursuit of money that matters. It's who you become along the road to chasing that money. It's pretty cool to think of it, that you transform, you become a certain person, that's the valuable piece. That's what matters in the end. So if you start early enough, if you learn the characteristics and you stay working, you're going to fall in love with your pursuit. You do not want to actually retire from it. Because if you're self-employed, if you own your own business, you're in control, which means you might not just have one business, you have many options. You can take those creative ideas, bring them to life on a podcast, in a book, in another book, in another book, in another business, with another affiliate. You start to attract really great people in your life. So self-employed and business owners, 50% of all millionaires. What you need to do, if you're working for someone, start getting other revenue streams built up. More choices, more options, more freedom, whether it's now or later. Number 4, there is a new millionaire created every 58 hours. If that's the case, it's not impossible, right? All you got to do is read the right books, get around the right people, produce something that's valuable to the world, become an extremely valuable person or a business owner. All of a sudden, it might not seem that hard. It's not impossible. It's happening almost every 2 days. A new millionaire. So if someone's out there doing it, why not you? Number 3, 1 out of every 854 people are millionaires. We've been saying this over and over. It's not as uncommon as you think. If there's 1 out of 1,000 people, you meet 1,000 people, maybe one of those individuals is a millionaire. So why not you? Number 2, the average millionaire goes bankrupt or loses everything at least 3.5 times. You think people out there are getting lucky and they have something that you don't? It's not the case. They just have something that is deep inside them that's allowing them to persist. Persistence is another form of faith. You persist, you build, you work, you create stuff that nobody else can see. They might not be able to understand the level of faith that you have, but you need to have faith in what you do today is going to be valuable tomorrow. If you increase the level of faith, if you have the persistence, if you can go through the dark times, going bankrupt or losing it all 3.5 times on average should tell you that it's the Pareto Principle. It's the Matthew Principle. This is where not everything is meant to work out. It's just the law of the universe. So if you know that it's going to cause you to fail or lead to failure, just say to yourself, it's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. This happens to everyone. Imagine the average person if they get to 3 failures and give up. But if they would have went 1 more time or went to the 2 more times, they would have made it. I had 4 businesses fail. My first 4. My 5th one succeeded. That 5th one led to a 6th one, led to a 7th one. Here we are, Dreamstarters Publishing, 250 books, working with people on many different platforms. I have a couple different businesses now, multiple revenue streams, and it's because I didn't give up. Stay with it. It's all part of the process. And the number 1 fact, according to the Millionaire Next Door, only 20% of millionaires inherited their health inherited their health, inherited their wealth. The other 80% earned their cash on their own. Once again, the 80-20 rule. This is not a man-made rule. This is the law of the universe, the Pareto Principle. 80-20, 80-20. 20% inherited their wealth. 80% created it from the ground up and earned their own cash, which means that if you stay at it, if you stay working, it's possible. It's not you're born into the world and you earn the money since you're born. No. This means if you're born in America, you can work on anything you want as long as it's valuable to the world and it provides some type of service or product that someone out there needs. Maybe it's a story. Maybe it's a lesson. Maybe your past was a mentor for you, and that mentor could be used for someone else's path. You write a book, you create a podcast, create a service, create a product, anything that adds value. And all of a sudden, you can be one of the millionaires, as we're talking about in here. If you have any questions, comment down below. And that is the facts of being a millionaire.